Welcome to your practice. Today's Hatha practice at the Earth Studio, Rasa Flow Yoga. Let's begin in Tadasana. Gaze straight ahead at a point that's not moving. Roll your shoulders back, ground your feet, and point your tailbone to the earth. Draw some deep breaths. Deep breaths of quietness, reflection, and peace. Three more breaths. Spread your toes. Firm your ankles. One more breath. Inhale, raise your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Continue breathing and find your destination in forward fold. Three more breaths. Adjust the back of the neck. Adjust your lower spine and the backs of your legs. Exhale to squat position, your squat. On every breath, lengthen the spine. And three more breaths. Breaths of peace, reflection, and quietness. On your next breath, exhale to a standing forward fold. Continue breathing till you arrive. Feet parallel on the inside. Nice stretch in the backs of your legs. Pull your navel slightly towards the spine. On your next breath, bend your legs and step your left leg back for a wide leg forward fold. Line up your toes. Use blocks here if needed. Toes can turn out if that is an option, if that's a better option. Sit bones point back, crown of the head points forward. Navel draws slightly towards the spine. Two more breaths. On your next breath, adjust your feet alignment for warrior two. So you're simply going to turn that front foot towards the front of the mat. Set it up first and then walk your hands towards the front of the mat and then rise up into your warrior two position. Connect to your feet, very grounded in the ankles, outer edge of your back foot, pressing down, and front knee over the ankle. Broaden your chest and gaze over your right hand. Three more breaths. One breath for quietness and strength. Another breath for reflection and strength. And last breath for peace and strength. On your next exhale, bring your hands beside your front ankle to prepare for triangle position. As your hands touch down, straighten the front leg and pause for that stretch with both your hands down in this awkward manner. Try and stick the right hip towards center, and you feel that spiral stretch in the front leg, at the back of your front leg. On your next breath, ground your right hand either to a block, the ground, or the shin, and reach your left arm up towards the sky. On an inhale, continue breathing until you arrive to your variation of triangle pose. If this is challenging, the front knee can stay slightly bent. Good. Lengthen the sides of your neck and point your tailbone to the back of the room to lengthen the spine and stretch the hips here. And one more breath. On your next breath, exhale your left hand towards the mat. Continue breathing until you arrive. Take a couple breaths here. Option to bend and straighten the front leg for a bit of a break. Draw your navel towards the spine slightly. On your next breath, let's inhale towards reverse triangle. Keep a slight bend in the front leg for safety, and then rise up to reverse triangle. Simultaneously straighten the front leg. Open the right ribs and connect to strength in your legs. 3 breaths. 1 breath for quietness, rooted in strength. Another breath for reflection, rooted in strength. And another breath for peace, rooted in strength. Exhale, bring both your hands down, simultaneously bend the front leg, reach down, and safely turn your back foot so the ball of the foot is on the mat and the toes are turning in front. Now you have a crescent lunge stretch to close our warrior poses. Take one more breath. On your next breath, bring your back knee down and then take the front knee down. Prepare for plank. Adjust your hands and knees on the ground behind your hips. Slightly scoop your tailbone in for plank with knees on the ground. Take one more breath. And if you'd like more, take your knees off the ground. We're going for 5 more breaths. Keep that action in the lower spine, where the navel is drawn in slightly. Couple more breaths. Peace and strength. Quietness in strength. Bring your knees down and take a couple of breaths here. Move, unwind, or stay still to recover from plank position. Choose child's pose or downward dog, or seated or cat and cow for 5 more breaths. And you can do all those poses within these 5 breaths if needed. 3 more breaths. On your next breath, let's step forward to mountain pose, Tadasana. As you come to Tadasana, arms by your side, chest forward, we're going to take a standing back bend. In one more breath. Place your hands on your lower back and stick your chest forward and take that back bend, like upward dog in standing. Let's go for 5 more breaths. One more breath. On your next breath, exhale towards the standing forward fold and find your variation. Adjust your feet if needed. Couple more breaths. One breath for the backs of your legs. Another breath for your lower back. And exhale towards squat position. Take your time. On every breath, try to lengthen the spine for a bit of a stretch. Press your palms and resist your inner knees with your triceps. And one more breath. Place your hands down and shift to a standing forward fold. Adjust, breathe naturally, adjust your standing forward fold. The bend in the legs or straight legs, the release in the back of the neck, or the engagement if needed in the back of the neck. Couple more breaths to assess the length of the spine, the length of your legs. On your next breath, bend your legs and step your right leg back for a wide leg forward fold. So we're going to turn the other way. And we're now in a wide leg forward fold. Adjust your feet, line up your toes, and the toes can turn out if needed. You can also go low to the ground if needed. Okay. Receive the stretch in the inner legs. Allow the feeling of inversion in the neck, back of the neck, sides of the neck, and in the facial tissues. And take one more breath. On your next breath, let's set up the alignment for Warrior 2 in the feet. Adjust the front foot to turn in front. Yeah. On your next breath, start with an inhale, continue breathing till you arrive to Warrior 2. Stand strong in Warrior 2. Open your shoulders. Relax your neck as you gaze over the horizon. Couple more breaths. One breath for peace and strength. Another breath for quietness and strength. And on your next exhale, let's simultaneously bring the hands down and continue breathing till your hands touch down and straighten the front leg in the same warrior two alignment. We're preparing for triangle. On your next breath, navel drawn in slightly, ground your left hand, and on an inhale, continue breathing. Right arm reaches up for triangle. Option to adjust your right arm if you need it, hand on the hip, okay, or hand on the shoulder. As you reach up, can you turn to look up? Or should you turn to look at the side wall? And take a couple more breaths. One breath is reflection and strength. Another breath is peace and strength. On your exhale, bring your right hand down as you simultaneously bend your front leg for a bit of a break. We're preparing for reverse triangle. So bend that front leg, and if needed, bend your back leg a little bit. One more breath here in this preparation. On your next breath, keep your legs slightly bent to engage the muscles. And on an inhale, rise up to reverse triangle. Try and do this in an artistic way. See if you can get there into reverse triangle. Left arm now reaches up, legs are straight, legs are strong, and your balance is great. And stretch through the side body, left side. Right hand can be on your body or away from you. Stretch your neck. See if you can turn your chin up. And now take one more breath. Exhale to come down. Bend your legs slightly for safety. Hands beside your front ankle and turn your back foot. Stay on the ball of that back foot in a high crescent lunge stretch with your hands down. Option to bend that back leg or straighten, pedal as if you are in downward dog if needed. Give your calf and your arch of the foot a bit of a stretch if needed. One more breath. Exhale, lower your back knee down first. Continue breathing, and then drag your front foot to meet your right knee. And place your hands down and set up plank position with the knees down. So in plank position, we usually connect in a cow-like spine. So make a cat-like spine slightly in the lower spine. So there's a slight rounding in that lower spine, and it right away engages the abs. Now, if you can keep that action, take the knees off the ground and stay for at least 3 strong breaths. One breath for your shoulders, one breath for your arms like pillars, one breath for your strong legs, and on an exhale, bring your knees down and let's take a back bend. You can take Sphinx pose, you can take upward dog, you can go for low cobra. I'm going to take Sphinx pose. We'll stay in the back bend that serves us for 5 more breaths. Two things to connect to strength. Where is the strength? Breathe into that place in the body. Where's peace? Breathe into that place. One more breath. And exhale towards child's pose or downward dog or cat and cow, your choice. Or even seated. Staying in these transition poses for 5 breaths. Breathing and observing. We're going to close up a segment of Hatha Yoga here in child's pose. Let's meditate on spreading the lower back, stretching the shoulders peacefully, massaging the calves, massage the belly. And we're here for another 3 minutes. During these 3 minutes, if you prefer to continue in child's pose, we'll continue here. Otherwise, you can shift to Shavasana. That's your choice. Allow these final 3 minutes to be about the quietness that surrounds us and the quietness that's in the body. The reflection on our skeletal system and the feelings that are passing through our body. And lastly, an aura of peace. The aura is energy that radiates at least 6 feet around our human body, up, down, and around us on the sides. Lay in this peaceful aura. Allow the breaths to become restful. Allow the internal vibration to resonate with quietness, reflection, and peace. Allow the skeletal system to be grounded in strength. The divine in me sees the divine in you. Namaste.